alternative medicine. Okay, so let us first define what is a traditional and alternative medicine, or it is abbreviated as TAM. So these are health practices, approaches, knowledge, and beliefs incorporating, so take note of plant-based, animal-based, mineral-based medicines, spiritual therapies, manual techniques, and exercise. So if we are to compare your traditional and alternative medicine to our conventional medicine, so kumbaga ang ating TAM po, it uses or it utilizes the use of natural products or natural remedies, while our conventional medicine na tinatawag is yung paggamit natin ng drugs. So remember that this health practices are used for diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of illness. So these are the different terminologies that you need to know. So we have traditional medicine. So ano po bang ibig sabihin pag sinabi nating traditional medicine? So these are systems of medicine with historical roots. Or we can define traditional medicine class referring to the different knowledge, okay, skills, and practices that are actually based on indigenous beliefs and cultural traditions na ginagamit natin, of course, to maintain health as well as to prevent, diagnose, and treat physical and mental illnesses. So remember, pag sinabi natin traditional medicine, it has something to do with our indigenous beliefs and cultural traditions. The next one is we have what we call alternative medicine. So from the term alternative, so diba, these are practices that are used in place of conventional medicine. So instead of using conventional medicine, we use your alternative medicine. Now the question is, ano po ba yung tinatawag nating conventional medicine? So take note class that your conventional medicine, it is also known as your Western medicine or your modern medicine, or yung tinatawag nating mainstream medicine. So what does it mean pag sinabi po natin conventional, Western, modern, or mainstream medicine? So this actually refers to the standard medical practices that are used by licensed healthcare professionals, including of course us, pharmacists, yan, doctors, and nurses, to diagnose, treat, and prevent diseases using different scientifically tested methods. So ibig sabihin class, pag sinabi natin conventional medicine, these are those tested and proven practices that we use to diagnose, treat, and prevent diseases. That is your standard medical practices or your conventional medicine. So last one is pag sinabi naman natin complementary, from the term complement. Diba? These are practices that are used together with conventional medicine or yung tinatawag nating Western medicine. So if we are to compare alternative and complementary, so I hope this is quite easy to you. This is quite easy to you, ha? But from the term alternative, so these are practices that we use instead of conventional medicine. Pag sinabi naman natin complementary class, these are practices or medicines that are used alongside standard treatment. O yan po yung mga ginagamit natin along with our conventional medicine. So complementary are used, of course, to complement or to improve the outcomes of our conventional medicine. So what are the importances of TAM? So first one, TAM is accessible and affordable. It is culturally acceptable. It promotes holistic healing and it complements modern medicines. So we have actually here 10 types of traditional and alternative medicine. So we will be discussing them one by one. So first one is, of course, we have herbal medicine. So from the term herbs, so we are using our natural products to treat, diagnose, and prevent diseases. So this refers to the use of plants or plant extracts to treat diseases and maintain health. Herbal remedies may include the leaves, the roots, the bark, seeds, or flowers of a certain plant, and it is one of the oldest forms of medicine. So in the Philippines, this includes the use of Department of Health approved halamang gamot. So from your discussion in your botany, so I hope you can still remember yung ating 10 halamang gamot. So the use of herbal medicine class hanggang ngayon ay laganap pa rin yan or prevalent pa rin yan nowadays. So we have here a table showing now the 10 DOH approved halamang gamot. So first one, we have Acapulco with the scientific name Cassia alata. So it is used to treat fungal infections because meron siyang antifungal property. Next one, we have Ampalaya. So the scientific name of Ampalaya is Momordica charantia, and it has a glucose lowering effect. That is why it is used for managing diabetes. So anti-diabetes po ang ating ampalaya. Next one is we have bawang. Scientific name of bawang is your Allium sativum, and it lowers cholesterol and blood pressure. Next one is we have bayabas. So its scientific name is Psyllium guajava, and it has an antiseptic property, and it is very useful in cleaning wounds. The next one, of course, this one, Lagundi. Ang kilalang Lagundi, we have Vitex Negundo. So, diba, in our market, Lagundi po ay available sa brand na Ascof. So, meron atang nakasachet na Ascof that is used for cough and colds and as well as asthma. So, yan po yung gamit ng ating Lagundi. Next one is Nyog-Nyogan. So, its scientific name is Quisqualis indica, and it is used for deworming. So, Nyog-Nyogan class, it actually possesses an anti-helminthic property. So, take note that your Nyog-Nyogan have anti-helminthic property. So, pangpurga po ang ating Quisqualis indica. Next one, Sambong. So, Sambong naman, so its scientific name is Blumea balsamifera, and this one is available as well in the market. So, ginagamit yan as diuretic. And then we have Chaang Gubat. So with the scientific name Carmona retusa, and it is used in stomach ache and diarrhea. And then we have Ulasimang bato, we have Peperomia pellucida as its scientific name, and it is used for gout. And then lastly, we have Yerba Buena. So Yerba Buena with the scientific name Plinopodium douglasii, so it is used as pain reliever. So meron siyang analgesic property, and aside from that, Yerba Buena class, meron din siyang known anti-spasmodic property. So aside from analgesic property of Yerba Buena, meron din po siyang anti-spasmodic property. So from the term spasm, yung paghilab. That is why this herbal medicine is commonly used for dysmenorrhea in women. Yan, pinipigilan niya po yung muscle, yung spasm, uterine spasm ng babae during menstruation. So that is for your herbal medicine. The next one is we have acupuncture. So pag sinabi natin acupuncture class, diba, that is a therapeutic technique in which, diba, we use fine sterile needles and they are inserted into specific acupuncture points in our body. So yung needle class na tinutusok sa atin, it actually stimulates yung nerves natin, muscles, and connective tissue in order to relieve pain, reduce inflammation, and of course, improve overall health and well-being. And acupuncture class, it is known to be a traditional Chinese medicine practice, ayan, that involves inserting thin needles, just like what I have told you. So remember ha, yung thin needles natin, or yung needles natin, these are fine and sterile needles. Malilinis po yan in order to, or they are inserted to stimulate yung ating muscles, yung nerves, and connective tissues. So it is believed to balance the body's energy flow, yung tinatawag nilang qi or qi, yan, to relieve pain and promote healing, and it is commonly used for chronic pain, migraines, and stress-related conditions. Next one, we have chiropractic. So a healthcare profession focusing on the diagnosis and treatment of neuromuscular disorders primarily through spinal adjustments. So remember class, for your chiropractic, it actually focuses on the diagnosis and treatment of what we call mechanical disorders. And take note of mechanical disorders of the musculoskeletal system, specifically po sa ating spine. So yung treatment po class through chiropractic is actually based on the belief that yung proper alignment ng ating body's musculoskeletal structure to be specific in spine natin enables the body to heal itself without the use of any medications or surgery. Okay, next one is we have massage therapy. So for massage therapy, so that is the manual manipulation of body tissues to enhance a person's health and well-being. So yung massage therapy class, since, diba, kumbaga is nadadaanan niya or nakahaplos yung different blood vessels natin, it is used or it is thought to be beneficial in relieving stress here in our body. So nakakapawi din talaga siya ng sakit ng katawan. So kung na-try nyo ng magpamasahe, of course, I believe naman na naranasan nyo or na-experience niyo yung relief na dulot ng massage therapy. So in the Philippines, hilot, ayan, is a traditional healing method that combines massage, heat therapy, and herbal applications to relieve body aches, stress, and energy imbalances. So usually, ang massage therapy nating class, ayan, yung mga lola at lolo natin ang usually nagpapahilot, lalo na kapag yung sa may sa tiyan, yung tinatawag nila, I think, sa Ilocano na taklin. Ayan, yung hindi, basta it has something to do with our digestive system, o kaya naman hilot kapag may pilay, so on and so forth. Kahit fever, actually, natry ko yun nung bata ko. Pag may fever ako, nagpapahilot. The next one is we have reflexology. So it is a therapeutic method or it is a therapeutic practice involving the application of, remember, pressure to specific points, mainly on the feet, hands, or ears. So yung pressure points na class na binabanggit natin dito is known to be our reflex points. So these are known to be our reflex points that are believed to correspond to different organs and systems of the body. So reflexology, it helps promote relaxation and internal healing. Then the sixth one, we have naturopathy. So for naturopathy, it is a holistic system of medicine that uses, from the term natur, and so it uses natural remedies to help the body heal itself. So it combines therapies like nutrition, herbal medicine, exercise, and lifestyle counseling, and it focuses on treating the root cause. Remember, for naturopathy class, it focuses on treating the root cause of the disease, not only the symptoms. So for naturopathy, its focus is on identifying what is the main cause of a specific illness or disease. So yung core philosophy, so just take note. So there are three main core philosophies of naturopathy. So first one is that treat the whole person, not just the symptoms. So treat the whole person, not just the symptoms. Second one is to identify, just like what I have mentioned, identify and address the root cause of illness. And then lastly is the use of the least invasive and the most natural therapies first. So these are the three main core philosophies of naturopathy. So treat the whole person, not just the symptoms. Identify and address the root cause of illness. And lastly, the use of least invasive and most natural therapies first. Okay, another one is we have homeopathy. So for homeopathy, it is a system of alternative medicine based on the principle of like cures like. So substances that cause symptom in a healthy person are diluted and used to treat similar symptoms in a sick person. So this one is highly controversial due to the extreme dilution of remedies. So the core principle class of homeopathy is what we call law of similars. So the core principle of homeopathy is what we call law of similar. So ibig sabihin yan class, yung substance daw na nag-produce ng symptoms in a healthy person can be used in its diluted form to treat those same symptoms in illness. So for example, ayan, yung snake bites. Of course, yung venom po ng ating snakes are of course toxic. So in order to manage the toxicity caused by snake venom, ang gagawin daw is mag-extract ka ng venom ng isang snake and then you will dilute it. Pag sinabi natin dilute, diba, remember, you add a lot of water para mabawasan yung concentration ng venom dun sa inyong solution. And then, yung diluted form ng Venom Plus, yun naman yung ipapainom or ipapainom natin sa pasyente in order to treat the different signs and symptoms of toxicity caused by your snake bite. Then, aside from that, so I will just mention this one. So, we have Nux vomica. This is actually a plant class ha. Nux vomica is a plant that causes severe vomiting and diarrhea. And according to homeopathy, ang gagawin lang, yung katas daw or yung extract daw ng Nux vomica class, i-dilute lang po ulit yan and then ipapainom sa pasyente in order to treat digestive issues, I should say. Digestive issue. So that is your homeopathy. Okay, next one is aromatherapy from the term aroma. So it has something to do with our sense of smell. So the therapeutic use of essential oils extracted from plants to improve physical and emotional health. So yung aromatherapy natin class, it is actually a holistic healing treatment that uses various natural plant extracts. So to be specific, yung tinatawag nating essential oils to promote physical, emotional, and mental well-being. So yung essential oils natin class, they are actually inhaled or pwede rin siyang i-apply sa skin in order to stimulate our olfactory system and skin receptors. Yan. So it is commonly used to relieve stress, anxiety, headaches, and insomnia. So I think ang country na very famous din sa aromatherapy, if I'm not mistaken, is Thailand. So napakadaming mga aromas na meron sa country na yun. So yung mga candle nila ay scented usually ng merong essential oil component yung kanilang candles. Ayan. Then next one is we have faith healing or spiritual healing. So this one, it refers naman to practices that seek to improve health and well-being, of course, through spiritual or religious means, often involving prayer, o kaya rituals, o kaya yung paglilay ng hands sa isang taong may sakit. So remember that your faith healing or spiritual healing, it usually involves invoking divine intervention or spiritual energy to treat illness. Kasi yung mga faith healers nating class, they actually view disease na cause yan ng ng ating creator o kaya yung mga gods na kinikilala nila. So practices include prayer, laying of hands, and rituals, and it is common in many cultures and often used when no other treatments are effective or acceptable to the patient. So usually yan na yung last resort, kumbaga. So kapag hindi na talaga gumagaling sa gamot, so yung iba nagbabakasakali sa mga faith healers. So for faith healing or spiritual healing, so we have 5 common practices. So we have 5 common practices in faith healing or spiritual healing. So first one is prayer. So, of course, when they pray, diba, they ask their deity o kaya naman any spiritual force for healing. Another one is laying on of hands. Yan. Kasi faith healers believe that placing hands on the patient can actually transfer healing energy. And then, the third one is we have rituals and ceremonies. Yan. So, may mga rituals o seremonya silang kinakandak. And then, we have meditation and chanting. So, meron silang mga kinakanta o kaya nare-recite, diba, to invoke spiritual healing. And lastly, the use of sacred objects. So the use of sacred objects, like for example, any symbols, kaya holy water, o kaya relics, can be used during faith healing process or spiritual healing. And then last one is we have yoga and meditation. So yoga, it is a physical, mental, and spiritual discipline originating from India. So remember guys that yoga is different from your meditation kasi they are used kasi na or parang kumbaga na-interchange natin sila. Pagka yoga class, remember na it is an ancient practice, that originates from India. So just like what is mentioned, that combines physical postures and breathing techniques and yung dalawang yan, physical postures and breathing techniques. Kaya makikita nyo nag-yoga, diba, very erect yung kanilang pag-upo, and then makikita niyo kung paano sila mag-i-inhale and mag-exhale. Kasi remember ka sa yoga, again, it combines physical posture and breathing techniques to promote physical, mental, as well as spiritual well-being. While pag sinabi naman nating meditation class, this actually refers to a mind-body practice. So remember, meditation, it is a mind-body practice that involves focusing our attention and mindfulness in order to achieve mental clarity and emotional calm. So ang goal natin during meditation is to eliminate yung ating excessive thoughts, diba? In order for us to achieve mental clarity and of course calmness of our emotions and of course a physical relaxation. Ayan, so nakalagay na rin dito, yoga combines postures and breathing exercises and meditation to promote flexibility, stress reduction, and overall well-being. While meditation alone is widely practiced for emotional balance and mental health. So that is the end of our discussion regarding traditional and or alternative medicine.